be live at 19.5, but as it turns out we are live 19.4 because there is a very close run out shout, isn't it?
Looks run out though. I mean, bat looks on the line.
Yeah, nothing behind the line.
They're still chatting with the third umpire.
By the way, what do we? This wasn't the umpire camera. This thing wasn't there last year, right? It's a new addition.
Yeah, I don't recall it being last year.
The camera being mounted on the cap of the umpire. What do you guys think?
I mean, I remember watching matches with that camera there, but I could be wrong that maybe it wasn't IPL. But I remember
it
that.
was in the WBBL also, I believe.
Yeah, also big bat.
BBL and WBL.
BBL, not just the WBL.
Yeah, I think the IPL. I think it's the first time around that we have it.
Maybe.
Could
Maybe you'll check it out.
Thoughts?
Or maybe it was at a certain season and then didn't come last season. Something I don't know. I remember reading about it.
Anything? Let's say.
No.
No, so interestingly, I was watching the game since it was a rare day off on a IPL match. I went to the digital broadcaster and watched. You have multi-cams. You can select any cam that you want. So let's say for 5 overs, I just saw it from the cable cam.
Spider.
And you chose that cam.
Yes,
For
you can
no,
choose.
for 5 years, yeah. For 5 overs, I saw that. And then 5 overs, I don't. About 2-3 overs, I saw just stump cam. Just stump cam.
So you're given those options.
Yeah. You can pick any cam that you want, but the only difference is the main cam gives you. There's a director who's cutting right to different shots and different cameras, so you can see various other. In this, it's a steady feed of one cam only. So if you've chosen the stump cam, then it's only the stump cam feed. There's no switching happening now.
So interesting. So you're your own director then.
You are. Yeah. Just the difference is that you can't switch quickly. So there's a process. So there's a process. So I can't be like as quick as a director. Like one ball is cut into some 6-7 different angles. I can't. So I can be like constantly like watch a ball on one camera, then go change another ball.
Go to options, select camera, go to whatever, then change.
Exactly. But I was actually quite enjoying watching like different cameras. So for example, the cable cam, I enjoyed it because a lot of time, because we gotten so used to the director where they're only showing the images which they want to cut to. So it gave me a feel of when we go play cricket and get to watch everything that we want to. So for example, I was watching the spider cam or they call it the cable cam or whatever. So I saw the ball go into the crowd. Somebody take a 6. Now I'm so used to it. As soon as it's gone to the cut to the batsman reaction, here there was nothing. So the guy has taken the catch, and then the crowd is chatting, and this is happening. So and then the camera will slowly go out to show something else. So at your own pace, I'm not being forced to watch it the way that I had. Maybe because of the novelty thing, so I enjoyed it. Those moments. But if I had to watch every game like that, then I may get bored and I may just want to go back.
But let's say, how long were you getting the raw, feed? Let's say the stump cam that you were.
As long as you want, you can watch a full 20 overs.
Let's say there's a over break, then
you're still on stump cam.
Yeah.
Still on it.
You're on stump cam means you're on stump cam. That's it. You get full 20 overs in whichever cam you want.
Yeah, you can pick and choose if you want to alternate, stick with the world feed, whatever.
Yeah, I was watching it. I'm sure a lot of our subscribers would have watched it too. Anyway, that's the end of the Gujarat Titans inning. At the start, we were all a bit worried with Rajasthan just deciding to play the 5 bowlers. But they've gone with those 5 bowlers. And I think at the end of it, 177 for 7, the Rajasthan team would take it, you reckon?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. It's a competitive total, I would say. I don't think they're massively short or anything.
Oh, you don't think they're short?
I don't think they're massively short. Yes, of course, because it did look like a batting track. But yeah, that's good enough runs to play with, I would say.
But with the batting lineup that RR has, I think they're 10-20 runs short.
You reckon they're short? That's interesting. Even I would reckon that they're short. I mean, having said that, this is not Bangalore or somewhere where even or a Eden Gardens where 200 also could be easily chased. This is a different ground, bigger ground compared to other grounds that you've had. Not the best batting wicket either. So you'd say sub 200 is also a winning total. But I still reckon 177. They are about 10-15 run short, unless they come in with a outstanding bowling display in which Rashid Khan ends up taking 3 for 18 or something in his 4 overs, that kind.
I think for RR the openers are going to be key, of course, as they always are, but and doubly so considering the middle order is a bit on the dodgy sides. You have Riyan Parag there, you've got Devdutt probably coming in, he's also not been in the best of form. So I think a lot will depend on what start they get, because after that, if they get early wickets, then it's advantage Gujarat, but if they don't, then this target will look a bit small. Because I remember, I think the first game of the IPL, that was against Chennai they had played, and they had no problem chasing. So
yeah. But the two of you are looking at the Rajasthan batting differently. Like, she feels like this batting lineup, this should be
No, I think
easy
she's also looking at the openers, because beyond that, yeah.
Of course, but there's
But overall, I think.
also
Sanju's form is also.
But same could be said about Ishan Kishan. Look at what he did today.
Thanks.
Good one.
Thanks. I'll be quiet. No?
Yes, rubbing it in. Good, you pointed out the game that Kolkata was playing. And he was, he as in his team was at the receiving end.
Yeah.
Good one. So you shut him up. Just he had nothing more to say after that.
I can't say anything. But with Sanju, yeah, of course. Quality.
No, but that's, it's good to disagree. Yeah? We don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah.
We all have to look at, and that's the beauty about cricket, right? We all look at the same thing so differently.
And
It's just a perspective.
And our show.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They have Ashwin who they're going to promote to the middle order.
There you go.
There's the winner.
The finisher.
The finisher will be Hetmar. Ashwin will have to.
Swing can be anything.
But he'll come earlier, na?
No, but Ashwin might finish
He'll
his
set it up.
chances also of winning, no? He can do both.
Come on, that's a bit harsh.
Man.
You are covering up or you are ensuring that we don't miss Siddharth on the panel today.
No, I always am mean. That's my thing, I think. So no.
No. Like.
No, but he defends Ashwin. I'm the opposite. I'm saying finishing the team for him means he'll play like a slow now. He'd be saying Tata will get a 80 or 40 balls.
You're doing what he did with Dhoni, you're doing with Ashwin.
But then even the last innings, let's look at Ashwin's last innings. Yes, he was run a ball till about, he'd scored about 12 runs, but then he got those 2 big hits.
Sixes, yeah.
So, and then he more than made up for his strike rate, which has been something we've talked about the whole week. But anyhow.
Just go to the scorecard, please. Shivam, can I just see? I want to talk about Shubman Gill's 45 or the 34 balls. The one thing that stands out that he batted till about the 16th actually. In 16 overs, he just got 34 balls to face.
I think the commentators were also pointing out this thing. He seems to be having this bad luck sort of thing where he's batting through the innings, but always seems stranded on one side when wickets are falling.
How about the previous match as well?
Yeah.
He was batting till, but again, I think he got a 50 on that day, and he did play some more balls. But then, even for somebody, you saw what happened. I think earlier in the day, 55 odd balls, or maybe yesterday's match, 55 odd balls being played by one batter, and then you weren't getting that much those many runs if you played 55 balls, but he sort of does justice to whatever time that he spends on the crease.
But actually today, towards the latter parts, he was kind of struggling because he was having to rotate the strike a lot, and with Miller they were running. What happened was, I remember at one point his strike rate, when I think the couple of wickets fell, was around the mid 140s. But by the time it came to an end, he's like just about over 130, and that's not his fault. It's actually, I don't think they were giving him a strike beside him being the set batter.
I think Rajasthan actually did a fairly good job. If you see, none of the top batters, the top 3, let's say, crossing the 135 mark as far as the strike rate is concerned. It was only towards the end that they got that Phillip.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, you can.
No.
Okay, so I think another innings that stands out is Abhinav Manohar. Look at his strike rate.
But I'm just going back to Shubman Gill, and I think the reason why this happens to him and it's been now a trend. I don't think too many people pointed out, is because he more often than not is not consuming too many balls. The first ball that he gets to face, he takes a single and rotates strikes, gets at the other end. The other batters may not be taking single every ball. They miss a few, but they more than make up for it, because then maybe out of the 4 balls that they faced, 2 they missed, but 2 they hit for 4s.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they're taking that chance. So when you're going to be extra aggressive, then you either get a dot ball or a 4. That's sort of a boundary, but then it takes your strike rate up. Whereas with Shubman, more often than not, he's connecting it, taking a single, going at the other end. Of course, the loose ball he still puts away, but because he keeps changing strike, I think that's why this is happening quite often with him, that he is in the team opening the inning and is batting till over 15, 16, whatever, but hardly getting like 1/3 of the deliveries of the that have been bowled till that time. It's primarily because he is always taking those singles which others are not. I don't know, but I want to spend time on talking about his approach. What do you make of it? Because at that strike rate, however, wherever he might be at 40, 130, because even Virat Kohli has been criticized for his strike rate. So what do you make of his strike rate? Because he is a contender now, or the one that you have kind of brought into the T20 setup by discarding the KL Rahuls, the Virat Kohlis, or Rohit Sharmas of the world, where they're not now part of the setup, because they're saying you need to go with a young team. But young team meaning what? Just the age has to be young and they become eligible to be part of the team, or do they really have to do something very differently to the guys that were already playing? I think it's the latter. You need to do something drastically different. But does Shubman do that quite often? I don't know. What would be the difference, I'm just saying, between a KL Rahul and a Shubman Gill then? And why would you have to then discard a KL Rahul and
Or for that matter, Virat Kohli as well.
Yeah, Virat.
You need an accumulator. I will take a Virat 10 times out of 10.
Agreed. And I'm saying that either then you say, okay, whoever is going to get more runs, like, so the amount of runs. So if there is a drastic difference between what Shubman is getting in KL in terms of runs, then you say, hey, listen, but okay, fine, both batting at the same strike rate, but consistency, one is so much better than the other. But that's also not happened in the IPL. I mean, this IPL is different. I'm sure that Shubman's ahead of KL.
Yeah, last IPL, KL was way ahead.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. So if you're going to get the same strike rate, then what's the issue with the...
But Shivam, can we go back to the scorecard? You pointed out that the reason why Shubman Gill took too many balls is because the other person would be playing aggressive cricket and he'd be getting either a dot ball or a 4. But Shubman Gill has the most boundaries if you look at it.
Yeah, but out of the number of balls that he's faced, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you see in 34, he's got 4 boundaries and a 6, right? So 5 in all, but in 34 balls. So whereas if you're looking at, let's say, a Hardik Pandya who just got 19, but is almost 1 boundary short, so he's got 3, 4 and a 6.
But also he's coming in much later.
Correct. So I'm just saying that in the sense, why does it happen with Shubman? So I'm saying hypothetically, if you had pushed, let's say, Hardik's opening and he's in the same spot, I don't think if Hardik is batting till over number 16, he would have only got 34 balls. Right. He would have faced more balls. Whatever his strike rate is another thing, he would have faced more balls. That's, as I said, primarily because you're so in an over you end up consuming, let's say, 3 to 4 balls per over. But in Shubman's case, what is happening, let's say he's facing the first ball, he'll take a single, goes to the other end, the other guy maybe 1 miss, then a 4, but he's on strike. Maybe another miss, then a 4, then he's on strike. Over's done. Next over again. So that is why he bats till 16 but gets 34 balls, whereas anyone else batting till 16 wouldn't have got 30. I'm not saying it's his fault. It's just the way.
I believe he's also keen on letting someone else take the the spotlight when they're batting well, because there have been batters with him partnering that have had a much higher strike rate than him. So maybe he's just letting them.
But I don't know. I'd want him to bat with a much quicker strike rate.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like he doesn't. He's not able to do it. You saw him bat at a very brisk rate in international cricket.
Yes.
So IPL, in theory, should not be a problem. I think he's being a good team player, which is great. But if you're an opening bat, your role is to get quick runs.
And my point is, Rahul Tewatia, just because he finishes games really well, it shouldn't be a disadvantage to him where he will only be getting to bat 5 balls.
Right.
So you might as well, I'm saying if Shubman is given that confidence and is told to go hard, it's okay if you lose wicket. More often than not, they don't utilize Tewatia. There is nothing that suggests that Tewatia cannot bat 30 balls.
Exactly.
So on a given day, let's say they've lost a few quick wickets and Tewatia gets 30 balls, maybe because he's got a good strike rate, maybe he may end up with 60 or 30 balls. Right. But he needs to get those balls. He's not.
I mean, in previous times he's shown when he does get to bat long, in the end, then when he's standing there, can do damage. Ask Kings 11 or Punjab Kings, whatever you want to call them now. And also another problem, I think I lost my train of thought, so we'll just come back to that one.
Okay, Mehraj Rule has a question for Gargi. We can take that.
Still,
Are you still playing cricket? He wants to know.
I am, but not professionally.
Yeah.
As of now. So.
You're playing recreationally?
Yes. For
She
enjoyment.
says as of now, so there's a chance he might get back.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I get to hear you're not playing for India from my dad every single day. So.
Oh. Why is that?
He's just been dreaming about it since a long time. I mean, me and my dad. So he just has a tendency to remind me of it. Not in a bad way.
To motivate you, to keep you going. Yeah, why not?
And the point which I was trying to make was that with Gill,
I
remember it, finally it came back, light bulb moment, was that his knock would have looked a lot worse had Zampa taken that catch of Miller. Because Miller at that point had not hit out. In fact, he was batting at a strike rate of under 100. So if he takes that catch, it's going to be a lot more of this thing on Gill, which is why if you're the set batsman, it just makes sense to go for it.
Yeah, I agree. I want Gill, by the way, if anyone thinks that I've been critical of Gill, because I'm a huge fan of his. I want him to do well. I've actually picked him to be the orange cap holder. Pre-season, he was my pick. So I want him to get a lot of runs, but that doesn't mean I just want him to win the orange cap.
Yeah.
I want him to bat at a good strike rate, only because you got to be fair to everyone. And because we've put this kind of a yardstick with a few established players in the Indian setup, then I think he also needs to live up to that billing, right? To then make it fair that, okay, you've gone with the young guys because there was an issue. But if you know, if they continue to do that, then...
Good question. Can't have two anchors in top 3 in T20, Gill and Sai. CRR 3 strikers in top 3. Prediction, Sanju Blitz.
That's always his prediction because he's probably the biggest Sanju Samson fan in the history of Sanju Samson.
Who is this?
GGK.
GGK.
But I mean, calling Sai Sudarshan an anchor is a bit unfair. Sure, he was slow today, but otherwise he's been playing some belters.
Back-to-back 50s he had,
Yeah, exactly.
I think after Tilak Verma, he's the find of the season. One of the best.
I think we all found him.
But then even Sai Sudarshan was playing last year, wasn't he?
But Tilak had already put himself on the map, let's say, last year.
Being the best
He was
batsman.
expected to only continue where he left off.
To be fair, he has.
Find of the season, we've actually seen enough of all teams, let's say, 5
But
matches.
too early, too early.
But I'm just saying 5 matches of a piece, I think, for all the teams. Maybe we can do something like that. Maybe.
not too early.
Exactly. Wait for the league stages at least to end, then only then you can make.
And then though, what, you just left with just the business end of the tournament.
But that's the time because you won't have matches also on some days.
But you'll only have 4 franchises play by then.
No problem. All the more reason to find those better players.
So
Why now?
from the top 4.
Why now? No, it could be from anywhere.
Yeah.
Could be from anywhere. But again, it's too early because again, with young players, remember what happened to Badoni last year? Started really well, then had a massive drop. Then like a Mohsin, Yash Dayal and all also kind of. Mohsin, I don't think has played a game this year.
He's not.
No, Yash Dayal, Rinku Singh kind of put him on the bench.
I'm going to take the final comment by Janaki Raman. He says, sir, I will take Rohit 18 ball 30 any day with Gill, with what Gill did today. Okay. 1 Ashwin over, he attacked, that too in the power play. Yeah, I agree. Mehraj Rules, I'm not taking your comment. We're being very harsh to Shane and Sydney. Okay. Bye-bye. See you.